All right, good morning, everyone. We'll go ahead and get started. So let's begin by settling the body, adopting a stable, comfortable, upright position serviceable for meditation. So we're thinking about keeping our feet flat and our back straight, torso open, hands in the lap, right over left, with the palms upturned and the thumbs gently touching. Our eyes are gently closed or slightly open, making sure we let in enough light to remain alert. Try to maintain an awareness of not slouching, not leaning. We also let go of any unnecessary tension or rigidity in the body, relaxing into a stable, comfortable, upright position, just allowing the body to fall into place. And we begin to let go of attending to the external world, allowing sights and sounds to be as they are, without investigation, constraining our awareness just to the body and mind. Beginning to concentrate our awareness in the present by attending closely to the physical sensation that accompanies the in-breath and the out-breath in the space around the opening of the nostrils. Giving ourselves the instruction to notice quickly when anything other than that one physical sensation is arising in the mind. And then without judgment or frustration to lift our awareness up from those distractions and to place it gently but firmly again and again on the breath. And then when the mind feels more calm, we'll generate a broad, altruistic motivation take a moment to connect with your own innate drive to be genuinely happy, to be completely free of suffering. Recognizing that every action that you do from morning until night is born out of that motivation. And recognize that that is also true for every other sentient being. Regardless of the realm that they are born into, regardless of their outward appearance, their outward actions. Every sentient being has that shared ground in common. So too, every sentient being finds themselves meeting with suffering, difficulties, again and again without choice. So to follow the drive to be happy, to be free of suffering only for oneself alone leaves out all of these other suffering sentient beings. So try to adopt a wide perspective, one that aims to work for the welfare of all sentient beings, which includes but is not limited to oneself. Thinking then we will have truly tapped into our unique intelligence, our unique potential. We'll have extracted the meaning, the essence of our perfect human rebirth. So I think that creating those inner causes and conditions to successfully work for the benefit of others is the purpose of our time. And then with that motivation, we will continue to contemplate the outlines of karma. We looked at the first two outlines previously, thinking of how karma is definite and karma increases. The third outline is that karma is personal, meaning that in order to experience a particular result, we ourselves must create or have created the cause. When we experience pleasant, beneficial results, it is because in the past, this mind engaged in a constructive, beneficial action. And when we experience a suffering result, it is because this mind engaged in an unskillful, harmful action. So the first implication of this outline is that there's no person or circumstance outside of ourselves to blame, and to hold responsible. And our happiness and our suffering are within our own control. And the second implication is that if we want more happiness and less suffering, then we must actively cultivate the causes of happiness and actively refrain from creating the causes of suffering. So begin this contemplation by thinking back over the past months, year. Think first of times when you did experience difficulties, painful conditions. At that time, how successful were you in being able to see them as the ripening of karma? Did they remind you to abstain from negativity? Did you see them as the ripening of a personal action from the past? Or did you think of yourself as being in the wrong place at the wrong time, or being affected in some way completely devoid of your own participation, being victimized? Thinking back, see if you can look at those experiences differently. And then also recollect beneficial, positive experiences that you've had recently. And try to allow the mind to rejoice in the ripening of your own good karma. Also, not seeing this as happenstance, as being random, but being the fruition of constructive action. And try to give rise to a resolve on the basis of seeing the value of not having to experience negativities, the value of being able to experience positive, constructive, karmic ripenings, to abstain from engaging in actions that cause harm, and looking for opportunities to engage in virtue. And then the fourth outline of karma is that once created, a karmic seed, under its own power, is never lost until it is experienced, or until there's some countervailing force. So no matter how long it takes, once a negative karma or positive karma is laid in the mind, as soon as the causes and conditions are ripe, then that karmic seed will be experienced. Unless, prior to that, there was some countervailing force. With respect to a negative karma, that countervailing force can be purification practice, the four opponent powers. So here we have an opportunity to cut off the ripening of negative karma. With positive karmic seeds, however, they too can be damaged prior to their ripening. Strong anger can delay the ripening of positive karma. And also regret, deeply regretting a positive action, will weaken that positive karmic force. So when we think about how the mind works in this way, we see the value of engaging in a purification practice with respect to our negativities. And we see the value in guarding the mind against anger and against regret as it relates to positive actions. So contemplating in this way give rise to a desire to intervene with respect to your negative actions before they ripen as experience. and also give rise to a determination to guard your virtuous karma by seeing the disadvantages of anger. And by seeing the importance of not regretting virtuous actions that we've done. And then when you're ready, we'll come back together. And we'll dedicate. So recollect your altruistic motivation and think that by having engaged in this contemplation, you've actualized that motivation, which has generated positive energy in your mind. I think that you freely offer the fruit of your practice, that positive energy for the benefit of all sentient beings, without exception. Thinking strongly when this positive energy ripens, may it serve as a cause and condition to eliminate war and conflict, poverty, famine, disease, disasters, all painful inner and outer conditions. May it fully ripen the minds of all sentient beings. May they quickly meet perfect teachers and arise in the state of full enlightenment. May I too achieve this state of enlightenment so that I might work for the benefit of sentient beings perfectly. May any obstacles facing the Guru's long life be completely dispelled. May I and all sentient beings in this moment come under the joyful care and guidance of enlightened beings. May we be guided and protected until we swiftly achieve that state of enlightenment. All right, thank you.